Hey, it's Mike at Cross Country Mortgage, and it's time for your Monday morning mortgage update for the week of February the 26th. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. It was a amazing spring weekend in the North State. I did some spring skiing, sat out in the sun, enjoyed the smells of all the blossoms that are coming out in all the trees. Really amazing weekend. So what are we looking at in the market? I always try to give you tools, tips, tactics, things that you can take to your buyers and sellers when you have those conversations. And boy, those conversations are happening, and they're going to get more prolific as we head into the buying season just around the corner. So what happened last week? What's going to happen this week? Last week, nothing happened. No change to the rates. There wasn't any economic data that moved the rates. Just a very light week. This week's very different. A lot of stuff coming out this week that has the potential to move rates a lot. So what are the three things we're going to look at? Inflation. We're looking at debt, Treasury selling debt, and then some data. So inflation, the PCE report's coming out Thursday. Now, this is different than the CPI and the PPI came out a couple weeks ago. The Federal Reserve uses this report, comes out every month, as the big weight behind what they're going to do with the Fed rates. Are they going to raise them? Or are they going to lower them? And what they've been saying last month and a half is that, look, they need more data before they're going to change rates or cut rates. And the data isn't there. We see these one-offs where inflation is starting to slow down. And then last month, inflation went up. And that's why we have seen rates go up in the last 2-3 weeks. So what we're going to see Thursday has a lot of weight in what the Fed's going to do, maybe in the March meeting, which is just around the corner. Nobody expects the Fed to cut rates. But then the next meeting in May, what are they going to do? And this report coming out Thursday is going to have a lot of weight. So we expect month over month inflation numbers to double the way it was last month and year over year to go down. So bottom line is nobody really knows what's going to happen. But if inflation increases in both of these reports above estimates, bad for rates. If it goes down below estimates, good for rates. So Thursday is a big day. Second thing is selling debt. As we've talked about, the U.S. Treasury sells debt. They sell notes and bonds every single month to raise money. Well, that technically is debt. They got to pay that back to the investors. So a lot of debt is hitting the market this week. Actually, the largest amount of debt ever that in volume that the U.S. Treasury is putting out there for investors to buy than they've ever done. And there's a lot of cash on the side. Investors generally are trying to figure out where to put their money. So are they going to buy these notes that are being sold this week? If there's a big appetite, that's good for rates. And then the last thing, some data, manufacturing news and housing. So manufacturing, we've been in a manufacturing recession for quite some time. Businesses really haven't been making a lot of stuff. However, there was a one-off report last week that showed a sign in a certain region of the U.S. that manufacturing was up. So will that translate to some of the bigger numbers and data points that are coming out this week? If we see strong manufacturing news or maybe a shift from this manufacturing recession that we've been in, that's not good for rates because that's a strong economy. And then housing numbers, Case-Shiller and FHFA home indexes. These measure valuations in our U.S. housing market. They've been at record levels month after month after month for the last 6 months. Is that going to continue? We'll be watching that. So what are we looking at rates this week? We're floating cautiously, really heading into every single day. There's something that comes out that could move those rates. And so if we see a shift in the market, we'll obviously move to a locking position. But today we're starting out floating cautiously. Have a great, productive week. If you have any questions, let me know. If you know somebody can benefit from this video, please forward it to them. Talk to you soon. Bye.